I had an interview yesterday in New York, and I'm back here in Memphis now. Well, it was actually Tuesday. I'm so encouraged, that in such a time as this, immigration is still approving 10-year green cards on the spot at interviews. So I just wanted to come and say that, because I know we all may have this feeling or thought that, immigration is detaining everybody and everybody's getting detained, But I'm here to say that I went to an interview with a client, and in fact, what the officer told me was so encouraging that I wanted to say it out loud to y'all. This was actually for an Indian client. So I was in New York on Tuesday and won a case there on the spot. In fact, I think we didn't want it even before we entered, because as soon as the officer called us in, she said, "Counsel, I hate to see that you came all the way over here for me to approve this case." That was the first thing she told us. She went over her file quickly again, and she said, "Yeah, counsel, I'm going to approve this case. He will be getting his green card. There's not really much of a question here." And she said, "Kudos to you. The case was well prepped, well briefed. I've got every single thing on here." A little bit about the case. They had denied a 485 based on VAWA about 2 times. We had reopened twice. He had a notice of intent to deny initially. That's how he came to me. He had filed a case on his own. He got a notice of intent to deny. We responded to that. Then they approved the I-360 a month later. This was back in 2022. But after they approved the I-360, all hell broke loose. And when it was time for them to approve the I-45, it was denied twice. We had to reopen twice. I had briefed on this case twice and provided all documentation showing why the case should be approved on this case. All right. So we had done all these things. And so, in other words, long story short, his file was about this big. And she showed me, she said, "You really have done your job. His file is really big. I've gone through everything, and I don't think there's any issue. I really hate that you had to travel all the way here to get this case approved." But moral of the story, the only thing I'm just trying to say is don't be discouraged. People are still winning. People are still winning 10-year green cards, even in 2025. Under the current administration, people are still winning green cards even without interviews. I have clients. We had 2 clients that got their green cards just yesterday at our office without interview. Okay, one was for a Nigerian person, and the other one was for I think Jamaican. So Nigerian and Jamaican. So we got 2 green cards sent to our office yesterday without interview. On top of that, on Tuesday I was in New York. This is the case I was just telling y'all about, and I got that green card approved on the spot at the interview. So whether you have an interview or not, my point to you today is just don't be discouraged. You can still prosper. If you read the Bible, you read about Isaac. It said that Isaac prospered in a time of famine, and he reaped 100-fold in a time of famine. And that just goes to tell you, no matter what's going on, it really comes down to your mindset. It comes down to your blessings. And if it's your time to get blessed, it doesn't matter if it's 2025 when Trump has a mass deportation policy. It really doesn't matter what's going on. If it's your time, it's your time. If it's your season, it's your season. If it's your blessing, it's your blessing. And I just really wanted to encourage people that even in 2025, we can have people getting green cards without interviews. Okay, because so far I think we've got like 8 green cards this year already, and about more than half of those were without interviews.